This is Mandy and Rory, and you are watching Charter Chat with Wlms Yacht Charters. We tour over 250 charter yachts and travel to multiple countries every year in an effort to find you the best charter possible. In today's episode, we discuss our top 5 crewed yachts in the British Virgin Islands. Who's our favorite? Find out in this episode of Charter Chat.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, Rory, how are you doing?
Good, Mandy. How are you?
Good. You are in another country again. Where are you now?
Now I'm in Ransom, France, which is in the Southeast Alps, right along the Italian border.
Thank you for taking a couple minutes to sit down yet again.
Of course.
Yeah. So I thought today we could talk about the continuing on like past our introductions, but maybe chat a little bit about the Virgin Islands, which is kind of midway through its season. You went to 3 charter yacht shows in the Caribbean in November. I went to 2. And I know we'll chat about Greece maybe in maybe after the next couple boat shows in Greece sometime in May. But today I wanted to talk about our favorite 5 charter yachts in the British Virgin Islands. And I thought it would be interesting if you and I thought we could guess each other's top 5.
Okay. Yes.
So,
I've been thinking about
and, yeah, and to keep the playing field fair, I decided that it should be boats that we saw recently, right?
Yep.
Just in November, and this category is for boats over $50,000 for all-inclusive pricing without any specials, and that's based on maximum occupancy. So there are some charter yachts that come in at like $49,000 for 2 people, but it's $51,000 for 6. Okay. So I am ranking them and considering them part of the over 50 class, if that makes sense.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. Would you agree?
Yes.
Okay. So do you want to go first or do you want me to go first and try to guess your top 5 over 50,000 all-inclusive terms and conditions based off of the November shows?
I'll go first. I'll try to let me try to guess yours.
Okay.
All right. So Colibri.
Oh, no, you have to rank these.
Rank
like
them.
What's number 5 and what's number 1?
Oh. I didn't have that ranked. Okay.
Okay. Well, why don't you how about this? Let's say honorable mentions and the top 2.
I would say your top 2 are going to be Colibri and Omakase. And let's see. I did have...
Now I need to think about this.
I did have Sea Glass down. And I had Mariah Princess III.
Okay.
Aeolus.
Okay.
And
you had Omakase, Colibri.
Omakase and Colibri are my like top 2 for you.
Okay.
As far as like what I think you love.
Aeolus 77.
Yep.
Okay. So that's 3. You put in Sea Glass. It wasn't at the show this year though.
Oh. I forgot.
Okay.
Yeah. Mariah Princess III. I'm also going to put in Tranquility.
Okay, so wait, where is that?
I don't know. I'm probably at about 6. But
I know it's hard. It's really hard.
That's right.
Okay,
so Colibri, Omakase, Sea Glass, Mariah Princess III, and Tranquility.
Okay. And of those, sorry, go ahead.
And then of those, I think Colibri and Omakase are your favorites.
Okay. Interesting.
We'll see.
Okay. Should we do my guesses for yours next? And then we'll do
about all of the yachts and so why we chose them.
Okay. I'm going to say because I think you have to have your number one, even though it's hard, right?
It
This
is.
is hard.
It is.
But I'm pretty
So I
sure
had
your
no
number one.
problem with this.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure your number one is Aeolus
Oh yeah.
with Michael and Casey. Yeah, Aeolus 77. Um, and then I think again, these are boats that we saw in November, right?
Yes.
Okay. I think you liked Endless Summer in the end. So I'm going to say Endless Summer 3. I'm going to go with Colibri in there as well, I think. Aeolus 77. Okay, that's 3. Sayo Makasi as well. And then I'm going to throw a weird one in this and say Liquid Sky.
You got
Okay.
4 out of 5. Now, I absolutely love Omakase, but I
Yep.
actually had King's Ransom.
Oh, with Chloe and Stefan.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's just review. Okay, so you had, what were your 5?
My 5, Aeolus, the Lagoon 77. And that is, I know for myself that it's my absolute number one.
Yeah.
It's so calming and welcoming. I mean, one, the crew is exceptional. It's a beautiful yacht. It's a really beautiful yacht. And the Lagoon 77 with the owner's suite that actually has the hull opens up to have a private
The
swim
balcony.
platform right in the cabin is pretty incredible. Having actually sailed on one myself and where I stayed in that room when I was in Croatia, it feels very special and it's lovely. But I think everything about that yacht just kind of like hits every point. Between the crew, the yacht itself, I love the decor, and yeah, it's 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 a really fantastic yacht.
And I think the other piece that maybe not everyone knows that may be watching this is that you also went to the Antigua show,
Yes.
right? And that was up to super yachts, right? There were some $250,000 a week plus expenses boats.
Oh, more than that. I mean, some
Right?
of my favorites were close to 300 to 400,000 a week, and there were ones I want to say there were ones. I think one of them was about 650,000 a week. So we're massive super yachts. And
But
Aeolus came.
Aeolus came to the show.
Yes.
And I remember talking to you after the show, and you said, "Oh, I still love Aeolus."
Oh my gosh, yes. Because I spent my entire time at that show, and no one offered me a coffee. No
Yeah.
one. Until I
Yeah.
got over where the catamarans were, Aeolus was there. And Michael was, as soon as he saw me walking down the
Yeah.
dock, just said, "Come on, have a coffee with me." And it's just really nice. You know,
Yeah.
he didn't have to take that time because he knew I'd already seen his yacht,
Yeah.
you know, in the BVI. And
Yeah.
they just really are welcoming. They love people. They're great. They're really
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Endless Summer 3, which is a Lagoon 65.
Yeah. Endless Summer 3, you know, I think they went above and beyond. Right.
Without a
And
doubt. Without a doubt.
and they had the little turtle thing.
Yeah. And I thought that the crew, they're all three of them are such different personalities. And they just complement each other, and they've known each other you know, for a long time. And Harry and Martha are married, the captain and the chef. Candace they've been friends with her for so long, and she is spectacular as a stewardess. She is really well educated in zoology and also in a lot to do with conservation, and she brings that into the charter, which is incredible. And so I definitely they went above and beyond. So that was pretty fantastic.
I will put in some of the photos that we do have from some of these charters so
Yeah.
that people can see what we're talking about. Particularly the Christmas photos that we got from them last summer and what they did.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
stinking cute, is what it
Yeah.
is.
Pretty awesome. I loved it.
Okay.
Colibri, an Allegria 67, because I just love that design, which is also Liquid Sky is an Allegria 67.
I know.
They're just fantastic yachts, and great crews on these. And then King's Ransom, which is the Silhouette 76.
It's a matrix, isn't it? Or does it say Silhouette?
It listed as a Silhouette.
Okay. Okay. So wait, so was that?
I gave 5.
What did I have wrong? Which one did I have wrong?
Omakase instead of King's Ransom, but I do absolutely love Omakase.
Well, the only reason why I didn't have Omakase is because am I wrong? I thought that Omakase was under 50,000. Is it over 50?
I think it was. Yeah. Yep.
Shoot, because that was going to be.
I'll check really quick. Oh.
Okay, I had 2 memorables, like honorable mentions.
Okay.
And my 2 honorable mentions were Mariah Princess III and Liquid Sky.
Okay.
And the reason for Mariah Princess III not being in my top 5, and the same goes for King's Ransom, is because both crews are stepping down at the end of this season.
Yeah.
And therefore
makes a difference.
I mean, so Mariah Princess III is it is immaculate for how many charters that Lagoon 77 has run. It has, Kevin and Nicole have just done an amazing job over the last couple seasons. And so I think any boat that's older also gets a little bit of additional props because it's easy to make a boat look great in its first year, right? It gets harder and harder to keep them looking shiny. So my list is also a little bit reflective of that as well. A little bit. Okay. Liquid Sky got the honorable mention because I don't know if we were together during this. Were you on Liquid Sky with me during the rainstorm?
I had just left right before it hit. So
yeah,
it was on right before you.
I think like 11 charter brokers popped on to Liquid Sky in the middle of a rainstorm. Everyone had different needs. Everyone was drenched. And I thought the way that they took care of every single broker's individual needs, they got they got cappuccinos, they got waters. I don't know if anyone had any champagne, but they definitely brought out little treats and edibles. And I found that really welcoming and not necessarily required, right? Like we all just sat in the salon just trying to ride out the weather. And they were really sweet about it. So who is my number 1? It is Colibri. I think Graham and Christiane, they do everything on a level that is really hard to beat. And the way they take care of the yacht is almost on par with how well they run a charter as well. They used to own that Helia 44, and Rory and I both have we've both known them for a really long time. And when they sold the Helia, the FP 44 Helia, it looked as good as the day they had it when they bought it. And they probably ran 150 charters on it, don't you think?
Oh yeah.
I mean,
they're meticulous.
They're very, very meticulous. And they're also unassuming. They're not over the top. They also like really good coffee.
The coffee thing is pretty huge. And that coffee machine is amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah. So I really appreciate that. My number 2 is Angeleyes.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't.
Angeleyes, which is a 10 passenger Horizon 86. It has a really wide beam, particularly for a motor yacht. And again, that boat hadn't been seen since 2019. And Captain Daryl has just him and the owners have taken just amazing care of the yacht. When I got on the boat, at the November show, it looked as good as it did when I was last on it in 2019. And I thought they get high marks for that. They deliver an overall really good charter experience. And I also like the fact that their cabins have some flexibility. So, there's two cabins that are twins or they become king beds. So then as a result, you can run 5 couples or you can run families. So I think that kind of speaks highly. Okay, my number 3 was Aeolus 77 with Michael and Casey. My number 4 was Mucho Gusto.
Oh, okay.
The Horizon 65 with Dominic and Hannah, again, because it's a 2019, I think.
Yep.
And that boat just looked amazing for how many charters they run and their overall charter experience that I know is really, really great as well. And it hadn't been seen since 2019 either. So I gave them that. And then my number 5 was Justified Horizons.
I had that down. I threw in Tranquility because I thought you might say that because it's a 12 pack and we're always looking for that. But Justified Horizons was actually on my list for you.
Yeah. And the Tranquility guess is a good one because that's another boat. I think it's a 2011. Yeah. They consistently put a lot of money in. There's an onboard dive compressor on Tranquility. They run with a crew of 4. Patrick and Mary have been running as the primary crew for, I don't know, like 6 years. I had a charter with them during COVID, and they were really flexible about making that work. I have a charter coming up with them in April. So yeah, I easily see how you would think I would put that in there, but I didn't. So Justified Horizons, that's Michael and Sarah. And they're another crew, they started out on a Lagoon 450 called Flotation Therapy. They really worked their way up. And Justified Horizons, I saw the boat a year ago and I didn't think the boat looked that great. Right. So I know that the manager and the crew and even last year's crew put in a lot of effort to bring that boat back up. Yeah. And that gives it more props than, again, the shiny new object. So. I'm going to have to go back and rework everything because I really would have put Omakase in there.
I know you would have. Yeah.
Because Kelly and Votes do a really great job. And I think they're really welcoming and they've had a really interesting story as well. They were on Moondragon and I think they had already decided to step off Moondragon, but Moondragon did sink in 2023, right? The summer of 2023. And we had a charter that had ended just before the boat went and got moved. So anyway, I really like them as well. I just thought they were like 48 or 49,000. So clearly I've missed something.
I think their low is like 43.
Oh, maybe.
Who knows? Probably where you saw it.
Yeah. Okay. Do you have any other like little honorable mentions you would want to add?
No.
To put you on the spot.
Yeah. No, I'm pretty happy with my group. Although, for me, I definitely, because I didn't put any Power Cats in there. I'm Omakase, absolutely.
Yeah.
And and Mucho Gusto.
Okay. And again, because the parameters were yachts over 50 that we had seen, and I did not go to Antigua show. Is there a favorite from the Antigua that you would say kind of stole your heart? motor?
Oh, there's Alfanero, but that one is quite a bit over 50,000 a week.
Okay. Yeah. We need to do a separate video and just say like 100 and up.
Yeah, and that one, it was, I mean, I was just amazed by the entire yacht and the crew, and I found that even there, where you could get onto some of the yachts where they were a little bit more standoffish. You know, not all of the crews will come up and they don't engage as much, but that particular yacht, they engaged, they were fun, they were just super welcoming, and the yacht was gorgeous with an infinity pool. Really quite spectacular.
I think that's all for now. Thank you for stopping by or taking a few minutes. I think we'll try to maybe reconnect in a week or two, and we'll chat about our favorites under 50.
Okay.
I think we'll probably have the same ones.
Right.
Yeah, and again, because these are boats that we went on and toured.
Okay.
And then we'll get into Greece kind of into April, May.
Perfect.
So, okay, bye for now.
We have provided links with photos, videos, and specs to all vacation yachts discussed in this episode in the description below. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.